like, with Janna, like, so giving the Morg, basically, if they want it, and then picking Janna. And it worked out pretty well at the start of that, and then it had, like, some moments. But, yeah, by and large, it still is not... It's not really amazing. Now, some of these games were probably winnable, but some of them were games that I just should not have been playing also. So we just had, like, this one here. It was like everybody was playing. You know, we had a gold 2. Hey, what's up, Fane? And then everybody else was playing something for pretty much the first time. Or a gold 1. I guess they had a gold 2, and that was the person who really dominated their game, this mid-lane Galio. But this guy, I mean, it just goes to show you that sometimes, like, rank matters way more than win percentage. This guy, at the time, yeah, I mean, he was sporting, like, you know, 80% win rate on Diana, Malzahar, all this stuff. And then goes in and goes, like, 0-6 in lane. So, you just gotta trust, you know, the rank and the experience. It matters quite a bit. It's like, yeah, he has that win rate probably going through like a new account through like bronze and silver, but then once he hits gold, he starts flattening out a little bit. I might be back to the just give him Nautilus. I don't know. I don't know if I should give him Nautilus or Morg. Both of them are very frustrating. Hey, what's up, Mutant? Yeah, it's going alright. I don't have to go to my 8 a.m. class in the morning, so that's good, but I do have to grade another set of papers. I need to be disciplined in my dodges a little bit more. I need to see people, like, at least 3 people on stuff they know how to play that they're pretty good on. You need to have multiple roles that can carry. This is not good that this guy wants the first time in Italy. Italy's so freaking worthless.
Is at your command.
No intel about this guy. I know he's played 1 ranked game in a month. $80 days ago. So he hasn't played in 2 months. Once his overall win rate on Aurelia is 50%, but he hasn't played in 2 months. Double Assassin. Lux. I think we gotta dodge it. And the Twitch is good. It feels bad because I like Janna Twitch, but... Well, it's orange support. I mean, we should be able to murder this bottom, right? I guess. Alright, Mutant, hopefully that turns around. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting baited into this. Please tell me they have some, like, amateurs or people that haven't played in a long time. Okay, I mean, it's... Basically, haven't played Nid in... Or haven't played Akali... versus haven't played Aurelia, at least in the last 30 days. We should have a pretty strong bot lane, though. Yeah, I mean, no one over there knows what they're doing either, really, on their champ, so... Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll fix the black screen, sorry.
In harmony.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little
30
inconsistent
seconds
with
to
that.
minion spawn.
Well, I kind of got baited because, like, their bot lane's so bad compared to ours. Like, that's the is like Twitch is one of the best hyper carries in the game, and Janna is so good with him.
Minions have spawned.
This makes me wonder if I should have gone for the Ingenious Hunter. I did that earlier and it felt pretty good, but I kind of want Ardent Sensor also, and I don't want to feel pressured into getting Mikhail's early. Like, Mikhail's is very good against Ashe. And I mean, the guy has played Irelia in the past. He just hasn't played in a while. Akali should be a pretty easy lane. Oh my god. Twitch got it with a poison tick. Because Nidalee doesn't know how to last hit. Like, Twitch didn't even use Expunge. Just straight up, like, 3 damage from a poison tick.
Upon the wind.
Well, Ornn's not here yet.
Breathlessly.
Here's something that won't wash off.
I mean, it's possible maybe I should, you know, reconsider going back to the Airy.
The tempest is upon
Airy
you.
Scorch early. Depends on the matchup. This one I think we definitely could have bullied him. It's probably going to be a remake for them, right? No?
Well, you can do so. You're looking a little green.
In harmony.
I'm gonna want that back.
We got to watch out, Twitch, because dude's definitely going to come back down.
With ease.
I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to turn down Guardian. Like, it's literally thousands of blocked damage every game. Ornn came in at the last,
As you wish.
I don't know, 10 seconds or something, it seems like.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
With
Conditioning also is another thing that I should consider more often if you don't think you're going to get busted up in lane. It's so much value later. You get at least like 12 armor and 12 magic resist later, which is a lot. It's like 500 gold.
in harmony.
And it's based on the minutes in the game, not your level, which is nice. Like, Transcendence, getting to level 10 takes forever sometimes. Especially if you're behind. But 10 minutes is, you know, you're probably like level
Swift.
7 or something. 6 or 7.
I'll be
Echo's
right
dead.
noses. I was hiding.
Upon the wind.
Thank God she's lethal tempo, not
As
common.
you wish. Breath.
Yeah, my problem is it's so hard to manage Aerie to actually get the shields out of it late game because,
As you wish.
like, a lot of times you're just auto-attacking in fights, and it'll just, like, randomly trigger on autos, and that's just kind of worthless late game. Get an extra 10 damage on an auto every, like, 4 seconds or something. For a support, anyways. It feels like... I mean, it's nice, but it's like, okay, I could either have that, or I could have something that's guaranteed gonna be a shield waiter, a double shield. It's gonna be worth, you know, 200 shields in a fight. It's like, or I could have a chance to maybe get you know, a couple of like 80 shields. I feel like, I mean, basically what it comes down to is I think that the sorcery is just better for like laning phase probably, but that ooh. I honestly didn't even see her there. Echo's holding mid. Twitch, get your butt up here. Sorry about the speed. Freaking disaster. Nidalee like, hey, I have no survivability and no damage. Let's go do dragon real quick. I should have pinged that back. I mean, if Twitch came over immediately, maybe we could do something, but
has been slain.
Christ. What's up, Clock?
Upon the wind.
Hashtag Nidalee Jungle.
An ally has been slain.
Swiftly.
Like the term, hate that it's true. I like that, Matt. If I re-shielded the tower, I don't think it would have killed her. It's possible. We've lost so much to the tower.
Upon the wind.
Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Pretty sure Orange is AFK. We're still losing. We can maybe come back though. I mean, their team comp is way better than ours.
Swiftly.
I was hiding.
Shut down.
A little green.
In harmony.
Dude. Echo's gonna...
Here's something that won't wash off.
Slain.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for Ardent. Kind of double down on the
An
Twitch
enemy
here.
has been slain.
No freaking way. Holy shit, seriously? Everyone on the map? Dude, I'm gonna be real sad if we lose this. 45.
Breathlessly.
Enemy killing spree. Turret plating will soon fall.
As you wish.
Is it like jungle difference matters so much they can literally win a 4v5? Wait, I thought she just did the grass thing. No, I guess that was just her normal Q going through the grass.
The storm approaches.
I mean, I'm not even trying to make plays. Like, they're literally Echo's just actually just sitting bottom. And they're killing us. Like, that's it.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
I don't know how she's so fast.
Ally has been
But
slain.
alright.
With ease.
team's running double assassins. Another team's running like Nidalee jungle. Actually, I guess triple assassin, really, if you count Echo. Which, I mean, let's be honest, he's basically an assassin. Contemporary builds of him, anyways. Lux is just so bad middle as a champ. I don't know. I mean, Lux always has like a 52% win rate middle, and she was like good as support for a little minute there, but it's not really where you want to be. I mean, dude's level 5. Can we actually not fight him? It's not. Yeah, so I mean, they basically have triple assassin, and then we get Nidalee and Lux. I mean, we could still win, probably through this Twitch. Irelia is doing pretty well too. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's go int for the level 5, dude. The level 5 support. Alright. Try not to be too negative here. This game's just making me sad.
Breathlessly.
Damn, you run out of mana so fast when you go Ardent first, though. There we go. Come on, Twitch. Let's go, OP Rad.
Swiftly.
They're gonna get it. Switch back. random support who was AFK for 10 minutes. And a Spear of Shojin Ash.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Swiftly.
Just freaking deleted me.
Has been slain.
Breathlessly.
We'll get a McHale's for the Twitch, I guess. I don't know. We could also get a Redemption.
An ally has been slain.
No. Crit Ash is better.
Upon the wind.
An ally has been slain.
With ease.
Killing spree.
As you wish.
No, like, Janna's actually pretty decent against assassins. Like, the rest of our team is just trash against them. Like, Lux is terrible against assassin. I mean, Irelia can be good against him. Janna's, like, okay against them, because, like, you can peel them. It depends on how fed they are. If they actually literally one-shot you when they touch you, then Janna, you know, it's not going to work out very well for you. There we go. I mean, Irelia is getting really strong, too. Now, her itemization is a little weird, but... I mean, I guess if you're just tanky against that comp, then that's probably fine.
An enemy has been slain.
Swiftly.
They're gonna come for you. Just leave so I can leave, please. I'm out, man. They're all... Stop, you're a clown!
Shut down.
Who saw that coming?
In harmony.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, Lulu's okay against assassins. I mean, obviously, like, the high CC tank supports are going to be some of the best options.
An enemy has been slain.
It's me!
Swiftly. As you wish.
How the hell far back does that push you? It pushed me from, like, here to here. thought it was like a Vayne condemn range. Okay, that was my bad. I didn't know she could condemn you like across an entire lane for the pin.
With ease.
Well, yeah, I know she pushes, but I thought it was like a, you know, like a 600 push range or something.
An enemy has been slain.
Well, Irelia is starting to become pretty substantial for them. Or for us.
As you wish.
Gotta watch that shadow. Watch that shadow. Well, I knew it. Obviously, if she pins me, I'm gonna die. Like, she's got 10 kills. I just didn't think she was gonna pin me.
Swiftly.
She didn't even need to pin me there. Okay, that's a bit excessive. $1,300 damage off of, I think, just literally one ability. I guess her E also. Why are runes doing 200? I guess that's electrocute. Alright, well, I mean, that's when you're playing a squishy enchanter, that's what happens against assassins. If they get the jump on you.
In harmony.
Didn't get the assist. I mean, Aurelia is doing damage, but she keeps hinting. Like, she just has no concept of, like, numbers. Like, she failed first grade. Look, that champion!
Killing spree.
How the hell does she catch up? Like, her cooldowns are too low. It's like every cooldown of hers is like 5 seconds. Like, she gap closes further than my monsoon reaches.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I'm dying way too much to these assassins here. It's tough to not die to them because they come from everywhere, because we're always having these stupid skirmishes where I don't have vision down.
Swiftly.
So whenever I duo, we get people that are like all smurfing, but whenever the enemy duos, we get Nidalee and Lux. I mean, this is not a good game for me so far. There's that.
As you wish.
No, 5 seconds cooldown is not normal. Look at pretty much every other assassin. A lot of their abilities, especially their mobility spells, are going to be like 20 seconds. Like her base cooldowns are like 8 seconds. It's far lower than most other assassins. If you look at something like Zed, you know, Zed's W is like maxed out. Zed's W is something like 18 seconds. Like all of Kiana's abilities are like 8 seconds. Something that I've pointed out in the mid-tier list video is that her cooldowns are just way too short compared to most other assassins. Like Akali's smoke ability is something like 16 to 18 seconds at max range. Like most of Kiana's abilities are close to like 8 seconds, even at rank 1. Well, team comp matters. I mean, I should have played better regardless. I'm not sure if it would have changed the outcome of that game, but... Seven seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds. Then her ult's 120 compared to like Zed, 14 seconds on his mobility. His other stuff's pretty short, but his mobility's 14. And she has 2 mobility spells. She's got her I think she's got her E, and then I think her W. I know she's got 2 mobility spells. And then something like, who else is popular? Like Talon. You know, Talon's wall jump ability on the same wall is like 2-minute cooldown or something. Yeah, 160 seconds, 60 seconds, even when it's maxed out. Akali smokes 20 seconds. 160 seconds on the ult. So, yeah, Kiana just has way more uptime than pretty much anybody else. Like, there's so few windows in lane where you can exploit her cooldowns. And then in fights, everything's always up. She just constantly gets to spam. And her ratios are really high, too. It's like 90% on her Edge of Ixal. What's the range on this thing? Supreme 875. Okay. That's pretty crazy. With 170% AD and 10% of the target's maxed health. I don't know how far she dashes on Terra shape, but I mean, it's basically 2 dashes. Each one's on a 7-second cooldown. It says she can dash 1100. I don't think that's true, right? There's no way she dashes that far. Oh, and she gets out of combat movement speed while she's holding an element. I don't know, man. I think she's good OP. I think she's still gonna be pick ban a lot at Worlds. I mean, I know like on the last like major professional patch, she was still like one of the highest win rate champs overall that had any sort of representation. Like major games played.
Your worst decision will haunt you.
Like she had like 60% win rate, I think. Yeah, 59% win rate with 116 played. Or 116 banned, I guess. But still 37 played. What about yesterday at Worlds? It looks like she was banned literally every game yesterday at Worlds.
Let's dance.
Yep, Xayah, Rakan, Kiana were 3 champs that were pick banned every game. I mean, it's very small sample size. Hey, thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it. This dude's name is the Stray Cat, so hopefully he's a Katarina one-trick. Okay. Wait, did dude get Kiana? No. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I played like garbage last game. It was not very good. That Kiana I should not have been in a position where she could get me that many times. But most importantly, I should have dodged. Like I knew that was going to be a problem. Twitch did all right, but it's just when you have 3 assassins, even with Janna, it's hard. I think if Irelia hadn't just tried to Rambo like 3 or 4 times, because she was getting pretty strong, that we could have had a better chance. Let me grab a drink real quick while this is loading up.
Watch your mouth, kid, or you'll find yourself respawning at home.
I do what I want. Just a little bit dead.
I hate Jin, man. His snare is just obnoxious. Holding on to my ability just in case that misfortune gets grabbed. In case I get grabbed. Klepto misfortune, huh? I mean, if she bounces or Qs, I don't see her doing any of that yet. Philo! I do kind of miss hanging out in the cafeteria at my previous university. Watching some Philo vids. Eating some pizza after a long day's class. Overpriced piece of pizza is like $5. You know, I did have some good times at university, despite some of the rough times as well. Creep block is real. My current universities are pretty cool though.
First blood.
In their own way. Okay, nice. Yeah, just the triple assassin comps are still one of the best comps in there. I think we just got lucky that 1 week. And there were like 3 days in a row that people weren't playing assassins. But it's still likely the place to be in solo queue. Trying to see if I could spot to see if he done scuttle yet. But I didn't want to go too far because I didn't want to lose experience. I think we could have just done Dragon there. Oh, how did I miss that? Come on. Oh, never mind. Nocturne's right there.
An enemy has been slain.
That's some, those are some cool particles though from that Nocturne. Give him that.
I'm just helping it along.
I would go ahead and use those bags of gold. I think you get more by using them rather than selling them on average. I'm not sure. Oh. Arthas is not in the area anymore. Pike is pretty annoying, but honestly, I'd rather have him playing Pike than something like Nautilus. And these Pike has like pretty much no defense. You get ahead. Okay, we're gonna go for one plate. We're gonna miss out on some cannon here. Whoa, they already back. Oh, they did not back. Okay, so we got to back on them now.
When Zaya and I were abandoned on a desolate planet, I realized something. I don't like being alone. Oh, and spiky space.
Wow, they faked us out. I think we're gonna be able to catch a lot of this. Yes. And I might even be able to stop their back too. Yeah, they are really kind of goofed up here. Holy shit! Like, what? I have to flash that hook? They did 1,000 damage to me off of one hook on a... Wait. How did he get a BF sword? I thought he just had Doran's blade. Didn't I just look at it when he was in lane?
An enemy has been slain.
Because I definitely would have flashed it if I knew he had a BF sword. Didn't we just see him? Was there a glitch where he was on the screen and the tab didn't update? Like, what happened there? Did I not tab and look at him and he only had Doran's blade? I thought I pinged it. Well, I thought they backed, but I thought that I looked. Because they got there really fast. Like, they got back way faster than I thought they were going to get back. And I was like, did they actually back? And then I could have sworn that I tabbed, and it only showed Doran's. Yeah, I know, I looked at it, but did I not? I mean, I'm gonna have to go back and tab and look, but I'm pretty sure I tabbed and pinged that Jin only had a Doran's blade. I thought I saw him on the screen. Because I saw a Pike there, and I was like, wait, did Pike... I was like, did Pike stay and Jin back? Maybe I did tab it like right before Jin walked up. I just didn't know the items they had. Yeah, if I knew they had a BF, I definitely would have flashed it. I thought I could take the hook and then just take the stun and then E. I want to go back and look at that again for sure. I don't know if we can beat him. Karthus doesn't have his ult yet. Wait, he does? Hold on, that's glitched. It doesn't show that he has his ult. Right? It's glitched. What the hell was going on with the display? It showed like he still had 20 seconds left before this green dot showed up, but he's pinging that he has his ult. What? That's important. I'm not crazy, right? Like, the thing there was not full. It was not green. It was not a green dot on him. Come get this thing. Karthus, what the fuck?
It's daily affirmation.
We have vision. We're really far ahead. We had 3 people there. We see their bot lane is pinned middle. Like, that was a free blue.
Riku, I did not rescue you from a cold dead planet so that you could laugh at me. I rescued you so you could hold my mirror and tell me I look good.
Nocturne AFK or what?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Did you seriously just try to ult that?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, Nocturne AFK. She's alright. She was somewhere in the other room doing her thing. Okay, let me see this one play here. Okay. Okay, Jin hit something. I guess it was from off screen. Could I see that Pike had bought? Yeah, I guess I could have seen that Pike had bought. So Jin hit something, but his character wasn't on the screen. So it didn't show me his items, even though he hit something. So that's where the confusion was. I was like, okay, he like impacted the game, so it's going to show me his items. Alright. So I guess you can hit stuff from off screen or whatever, and it won't show you the items of the person. I thought if they did anything that like influenced, then you would be able to see what their items were. Yeah, I understand that. I just didn't think that's how that mechanic worked. I thought if somebody hit something on the map, then you could see their items. No, his character frame wasn't on the map. He just used his W. When I looked, he had used his W to kill something. But it had such long range that his it was beyond the sight range of the creeps. So his character model wasn't on the map. It was just his ability killed something that was on the map. I don't think I die there if Jen doesn't have the BF sword, because like as soon as I break out of that CC chain, I'm eating away, and I was like a tenth of a second from being able to E back to the Jen. Hey, what's up, Threxus? Yeah, I guess let's do Recon.
Let's dance.
I'm just not like Ezreal. Y'all know how I feel about Ezreal. It's like, well, who else are we winning around? Anytime I see an Ezreal in my game. Sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised, but... Okay, so this dude saw Tristana at Worlds and wants to play it. I mean, Tristana's at least kind of safe, I guess. The, Jarvan's pretty good. But it's Smurf. Which Smurf can go either way. It's like they can be way better than you currently are, but they could also just have a really high win rate because they were playing against like lower opponents. You know, like if you make a fresh account and you climb up from bronze and you're naturally a platinum player, then yeah, you're gonna have like a 60 or 70% win rate when you hit platinum because you just went through all of the bronze, silver, gold people. Yeah, I'll take Ezreal in return for having a real jungler. That's a good point. It's a good trade. Excuse me. Are we 1-1 or 1? I think we're 1-1. I don't remember how much I have. OP wise, 58. Damn, that's low. Ugh. Weren't we just in promos for like Platinum 1 a couple of days ago? We're getting pretty close to it. Alright. We'll see how we go. If the viewership still stays kind of low, then I might cash out a little bit early. Here in an hour and a half or something, because I got another stack of papers I need to grade. No, we were already Plat 2. I think we got demoted like a couple of days ago. We lost like 8 games in a row. And I'm pretty sure we were at like at least 70 LP towards Platinum 1, if not like in the promos for Platinum 1. So we had a really hard couple of days. You can just look at the likes and dislikes on videos, because anytime I lose, you just get a flood of dislikes. It's just how some fickle people roll. But yeah, it was, that was when we'd been doing pretty well. Somewhere in there. Maybe it was even further back than that. Maybe it was this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in a row. That was 3 days ago. And that's when we got demoted down to Platinum 3. I'm not sure if I want to ban Horde or not on this.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
Yeah, I could Laszlo. It's a good idea. Be kind of inaccurate though, because since I was Diamond earlier this season, you know, it's hard to say hard stuck if you've actually been higher than what your current rank is. $813 was the last time I was Platinum 2? That's not true. Oh, maybe 100 LP. I don't remember if we were in promos or not for it. Okay, maybe that's what it was. I mean, it depends on what y'all mean by stuck. Like, when I'm thinking hard stuck, I'm thinking, like, you've hit a ceiling. Like, you can't go any higher. Like, someone could say I was, you know, hard stuck D4 or something, and that would be accurate.
Let's dance.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't been there in months. But I don't think that, I don't know. I wouldn't, talk about hard stuck. Yeah, I'm not Diamond right now, sure. But, I don't know. I mean, y'all can define whatever, however you want. I thought there was like a Dr. Mundo skin. Maybe I'm thinking of Corporate Mundo. God, thought about banning Mundo. That he really is extremely strong in the jungle right now. Yeah, we get a double treat here, Ezreal and a Vayne. The other game earlier today, I was or we did have a Vayne that was pretty good. We still lost to Mundo. Like, Vayne couldn't even cut through the Mundo. I don't think that's true, James. Like, I think one thing people don't understand is the slightest of margins make a massive, massive difference in Diamond. Like, yeah, it is, dude. That's how I got there earlier this season, was playing Rakan for the most part. I got there in January, I got there in May. I mean, I'm not there right now, obviously, but, like, it's the smallest of margins can make the biggest difference in ranks. Like, I don't have to completely restructure everything. I probably just need to play literally, like, 2% better, and I would be Diamond. Like, just evade one extra gank, die one less time. Like, if I just died one less time every game, I'd probably be there. or just saved like one more ally in a key team fight or something like that. Like the smallest of things, or denied like 10 more CS to the enemy. It's like if you think back to, and it's that way in kind of any sport, when you start kind of getting near the top, it's like the smallest of differences are a huge deal. I mean, remember like the Michael Phelps, there are a lot of things like that in swimming. But I just remember this one Olympics where he won by literally 100th of a second. And nobody probably remembers who the name of the second place guy was. That's it. Like, no one knows who he is. He didn't get all the endorsement deals. Like, that 100th of a second cost him gold and probably cost him thousands and thousands of dollars in endorsements because the dude was 1 second slower than Michael Phelps on that run. Now, obviously, it's not like that extreme in this case, but I think there are so many things that people think just aren't really that consequential, that don't really matter that much, but that do add up. And if you just fix or just like improve a little bit of that, then you know, it can be big differences. Like, I don't think how I'm playing right now is dramatically different than how I was playing when I was Diamond. It's just a few things, just getting baited into, like, you know, an extra fight here and there that I shouldn't be involved in, getting ganked and killed once or twice. The meta itself has shifted a little bit to be a little bit less support friendly as well. Now Rakan himself hasn't really been nerfed, I don't think, since then, but I was playing at the time. I think I was also playing some Lux and some Karma around that patch, and those were definitely nerfed. But like the, you know, the buff to Nautilus and Leona definitely hurt Rakan.
First blood.
But, I mean, it can still be done. Like I said, we've been Diamond a couple of times this season. We've been Platinum 1 several times as well.
An enemy has been slain.
I dance to the beat. Darkness.
I mean, if I just played my top 3 champs every game, I probably would get there too. Or if I just talked less to the stream, but, you know, I'm probably not going to do those things. I know people like some variety.
Being bad feels so good.
Yeah, but that's pretty uncommon for brands to be that high. It's like, it can happen, you know, but... I should have ignited him before I flashed. I was gonna get there.
Double kill. An enemy has been slain.
How did they not kill him?
Thanks. Real cold.
Alright. My E timed out like right when I W'd there.
My cloak is woven from the whispers of star fields. The secrets
An
of
enemy has
galaxies.
been slain.
I mean, Rakan's the most OP support right now. I think, like, definitely if you have practice on him, you play him proficiently, and obviously I'm not, like, the best in the world at him, but I don't think many people would argue. Actually, I mean, a lot of tier lists don't have him up that high, but, like, if you, I don't know. If you've ever played him a lot, or played against him a lot, and if you just, like, look at the pro scene and stuff like that, he's just so strong. Like, I don't know how to beat him consistently, and it just feels like it's like a whole different level when you're playing him.
I only believe in myself. And
There's just so many different options. Just wanted the coin, man. Get off. Oh, it's so much. Okay. Well, if you're gonna complain about my rank, James, then, you know, what do you want? Do you want me to play the champ that's gonna give me the best chance to win, or do you want me to play what you want me to play as far as champion select? Like, it's probably not happening. Probably not having both of those.
sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
Well, I have been playing some diversity lately, and I dropped from P2 down to P3.
I love evil. And evil loves.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, Yasuo, it's their fault, yeah.
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
Yeah, he is level 5. Glad your tab's working.
Boring, you. Let's start a fight.
I'm gonna get a plate off of this. Oh my god. He's got TP.
Whew! Darkness is the new hotness.
Your turret has been destroyed. Rampage.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad.
Executed.
I just need to ban Morgana probably, or ban Nautilus and just give him Morg, I guess. I don't know. Nautilus just has so much. Like Morg has one piece of CC that matters. It's a big one, but like the Nautilus just presses R on you.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Stars are just sad, lonely light bulbs floating in space.
I did play some off stream, yeah.
That chocolate? I'm craving chocolate.
Not too much success, but can we? I didn't get it. What is it? Oh, it's Oriana. I was like, I wasn't used to that skin.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
Damn.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Can't quite push fast enough. Well, I mean, I guess.
Shut down.
Well, Ori went middle. I need to be like doing something else, but like nobody's going to this lane. I mean, I guess that's freed them up to have team fights down there, and they've been doing stuff, so that's good. I've just been kind of holding this lane.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Used to be a square. Then I embraced the darkness. Woohoo! Self-control is just darn good. I
Your
choose
turret has
mine.
been destroyed.
The universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along. God, this
He has less than 500 gold off of his item. We got 940.
I do what I want. No Star Guard can say the same.
The Alawi is pretty brutal. I'm not sure what happened there. I tried to jump onto him. I think she flashed or something? That was so weird because I R and then E'd onto him, and then I tried to W onto her, and then it didn't hit her. I think she like flashed or something. I'm not sure. Okay, well, this idiot's getting hit. I'd have to go back and watch the replay there.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I'm gonna buy that thing.
It's daily animation right now.
Guess we can go for Ardent. We do have a Vayne. Yasuo would kind of like it. She flashed, yeah. I mean, so I don't know what, I don't know what he wanted me to do. If she flashes, she flashes. I guess, like, I could have R'd and then flashed first. On her, maybe. I tried to E onto him because I thought she was going to ult him. I don't know. I mean, if someone flashes your thing, like, most of the time, like, there's just not a lot you can do about that in most plays. Like, if they flash, they flash. Unless it's like a skill shot that you can be predictive with it. Going into Nautilus and Mundo is nauseous. Alright, there we go.
Double kill. Ace.
It's just Rift, like, who cares about that? Ace! We could get Inhibitor or we could get Rift Herald. What do we want, boys? Dude, get the towers, you clowns! It's not Baron! Alright.
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, Yasuo E'd away. I was like, so she flashed and he E'd the opposite direction. Okay, yeah, and he wants to ping me for that. Sure. Sounds good.
Dancing between the rules.
Alright.
An ally has been slain.
Oh my god. This kid. Well, Caitlyn done goofed up. This Yas is gonna think he's awesome too with that KDA. Yeah, but why would he E away from her? He just engaged on her. Like, you see me there, like, you know I'm gonna come up and, like, try to make the play with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you E in that, like, E away from her? You want to stick on her, right? If you're engaging, you're like, okay, I want this fight. Then why would you, like, disengage her, basically, at that point, when you don't have any way to re-engage? I don't know. I mean, maybe he thought I was gonna W, and then he's like, okay, I can run away from her, and then I can run back in.
Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
I mean, honestly, he was probably just not, yeah, I mean, whatever. I just want to win. Sort of clock, but I don't mind as long as they don't have an attitude about it, but they always kind of do.
I only believe in myself.
I mean, at least he's 10-2 instead of 2-10. I'll take it. I mean, I just want to win. Whatever. If people want to get sassy, that's why there's a mute button. I just want to win. They're gonna see this, but we can also force them to fight this. I just have to CC off the window. Mundo's not even like budging, he's just pushing that wave, so. Vane's hunting him down.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Evil love.
Could just buy too, but yeah, we might get this tower. I'm not going into that, guys. I already risked it once to try to go in and like help the Yasuo.
This place will look different when we're in charge, Riku. More dark matter? Dark matter everywhere. As far as the eye can see.
The enemy's inhibitor is respawning soon.
Isn't that kind of mean? I guess. I mean, what do you want me to call them? Beautiful human beings? Oh, that beautiful human being. God, I just love how he just inted and spam pings me. Man, it's awesome. Get in here. I'm just checking something real quick. Hey, what's up, Joseph? Well, I'm happy you're back hanging out with us. Sadie, stop. I mean, that's just what solo queue is, man. It's very, very snowbally, still very assassin oriented. We do get some good games. But I mean, that's just kind of how it is at pretty much all ELO brackets. Even like in Challenger, I feel like the games are just really snowbally still. It's kind of moving a little bit, but like we're starting to get a couple more tanks. Tanks help sort of encourage more strategic play. Because people can't just blind pick like triple assassin comps with no consequences and just roll over your team. It is, yeah. I mean, I made a video about that actually. I think I put it under my topical guides, or like my topical video section or whatever. But yeah, I think that this season, I don't know, I've watched some of my past videos, and there's always like a few picks that are just like really OP, but this season is a lot more like that, and I talked about the reasons for that in that video, and like one of the big things is that we haven't had a tank meta all season. And usually there's a bit more of a tank meta. So what happens when you don't have tanks is that people can just pick assassins with like impunity. Basically, there's no threat. And that means that like assassins can kill anyone on your team a lot of the time. So like one of the balancing factors around assassins is that, you know, that part of the skill expression in them is like target access. So they have to be able to get to someone squishy in order to kill them, right? But if everyone is squishy, then they can just roll their hand across the keyboard and kill anybody. And that also leads to more snowbally games, because when a tank gets a couple of kills and gets a bit ahead, you can still like kind of deal with that a little bit. But like when things like Akali and Kiana get ahead, then you can't. And so that's a big thing, is that everybody's playing tank, or everybody's playing these high damage dealers. Another component of that is like a lot of the best champions in the meta are really high skill cap, which is good. Like you want to reward people that have skilled play, but the problem is like a lot of people see it in like pro play and they want to play it, and there's a good chance that they're gonna fail a lot. So like a lot of the best champions in the meta are actually champions that have under a 50% win rate. So thinking like Sylas, Akali, Irelia, for a while. Not in all cases, but that's often been the case this season. And so that just adds a lot more variance to games. If someone gets far ahead on those champions, then they completely dominate, and it's hard to stop them. Especially without any CC, without any tanks. Then, you know, the 5-0 Akali is just going to run wild. Oh my god. Ramescar's red taken from him.
I don't apologize.
I think those are probably two of the biggest factors. It's that like champions that are ahead are too strong, and champions that are behind are too worthless.
World's gonna burn.
And Riot's balanced team like this season, or like really the last season and a half, has taken the approach of balancing around sort of, I guess, enabling extreme cases. So saying, you know, that it's okay if a champion's OP if they're fed, as long as they're really bad when they're not fed. And I think they've gone too far in that direction in the extreme. I think the lows are too low and the highs are too high. Because when you get something like Akali versus Ribbon top lane, whichever one gets a couple of kills first is, you know, basically going to take two people on your team to kill him. And the person who's behind might as well not even be a person. Because they like don't contribute anything. So that's the issue. It's just that the balance team has really focused around like introducing like variants as sort of one of the premier balancing tools. Just saying, as long as something's hard to play, as long as people fail on it a lot, then it's balanced over the course of like hundreds of games. And it is sort of statistically, but that doesn't mean that each individual game, like, it makes a lot of individual games feel really swingy and feel really bad. I mean, I don't think it's like, the thing is, people will say the game itself, like, people are toxic or whatever. That's just online gaming. When it's a team game, it's like 5-on-5. No. Okay. I mean, that's how I feel about it. I feel like if you play Dota or you play Overwatch or just like anything where you have to play with random teammates online and you rely on them for your rank, like, there's just going to be people that are not going to be happy about it when their teammates don't do well. I don't even, like I said, I don't even think it's MOBAs. I think it's just anything that's team related where people care about their rank.
Whoa! Danger brings out my bad side. Just kidding. On my side.
I mean, I think they could definitely clean it up for sure. Like, I think they should punish people a lot faster and a lot more swift. I actually watched a Nice video where he was a little over the top, saying that he thinks Season 9 is like the worst season ever and that like ranked doesn't matter. I don't think it. I wouldn't go that far. I would say Season 9 has its problems, but it's still overall a good game. Regardless of, you know, getting frustrated. I think if you're not getting frustrated with a game sometimes, then to me it's probably not worth playing a lot. Honestly, because that means that you're just not emotionally invested in the game at all. Like, if you're just like, whatever, you know, like, why play it? So I don't think that being like flustered all the time is a good thing, but I think that being a little frustrated sometimes is a good thing, because that means you care.
The dream of darkness.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Just like sports, you know, it's not all like sunshine and roses with like traditional sports either. Damn it, I was trying to block. Like, there are lots of even real life sports people that aren't like necessarily super thrilled with how games are going, right? You know, a lot of the savvy ones will try to, you know, keep it relatively chill, but you can tell, like, if you see that footage, like, of the bench when they're not, like, doing interviews and stuff, and one of them's, like, yelling and throwing chairs and stuff sometimes. Even some of the most, like, cerebral people, like Tom Brady, you can tell they get fired up on the bench sometimes. I think Tom's, you know, from what I've seen in interviews, seems like a very chill, likable guy, but yeah, you know, he's not afraid to let some people know if he's not happy with what's going on in the game. I mean, that's just what happens sometimes. But the difference is they know each other and they work as a unit. And so it's seen as, like, strong leadership, you know, and not necessarily toxic. It all just depends on kind of how you handle it.
An ally has been slain.
I don't know why she ulted that far in. I guess she was just trying to...
Forget my name.
No, it does matter. Like, I'm not saying it's all good. Like, I think there are a lot of things they could change to improve the game. I'm just saying that, like, when people kind of, you know, just sweepingly say that League's a bad game because it's toxic in general, that's, like, too, like, unrealistic expectations for, like, online competitive games. Like, there's gonna be people that are just not happy. But I do think that you know, there are people that are over the top. You know, there are people that are just raging, throwing games. Like, it's okay to not be happy about something, but it's not okay to AFK in your fountains. Like, that's kind of how I see it. And it's not okay to, you know, excessively make personal insults at people. I mean, as you see in these games, even when I mute people sometimes, like I mute their pings or whatever, I didn't report that Yasuo a couple of games ago because he was still trying. Like, he was frustrated. I think he was wrong about the one play he was pinging me for. But it's fine. We have a difference of opinion there. He wasn't happy about it. I wasn't happy about it. It's okay. You know, so I didn't report him for that. Jesus Christ, he went top lane. Wait, fuck, how did I not notice that? I wasn't paying attention. They're freaking 2 junglers.
That was close.
You have a Rammus top with smite? What kind of troll shit is that? I was sitting there talking about something, I just totally didn't even notice that we had a Rammus top.
Just kidding yourselves.
Fed mid laner running all over bot lane. That's weird. But yeah, so I mean, I don't think that just the nature that people are negative sometimes is... It's just going to happen in any game. But you need to... You know, they need to crack down a little bit more, especially on people that are trying to throw the game on purpose.
Self-control.
Because you can mute people, but you can't make people step out of the fountain. Is gonna be there. How fed is he? Very.
An enemy has been slain.
2 down.
Is Fizz coming down? Not worth, man.
The universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to keep that in mind too. Yeah, sometimes people are just on a lost streak, just having a bad day or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I think they definitely could improve the experience by cracking down a little bit more. The thing is, you could, like I said, I feel like it's okay to be frustrated, but it's not okay to, like, excessively verbally abuse people or, Wow. I took like 4 shots.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
Hey, thanks, Krogus. I appreciate it, buddy. Gotta get some more of that.
Stars are just sad, lonely light bulbs revolving endlessly in a cycle.
There's the killer.
Pretty tough.
Yeah, and it's a dump. Or he's gonna bleed out.
An ally has been slain.
Use your smite, man. You got him. I mean, I don't know what he wants me to do there. Like, I had no cooldowns. You're playing Rammus top with smite. So, against a Darius that has, like, at the time, 4 kills before he died. I should have 100% dodged this. I just didn't notice we had a troll Rammus top. I can't even contest that, I don't think. Relic Shield, 100% no on Recon. Spell Thieves is conditional. I used to use Spell Thieves, but frankly, like, my thing that I've come up with is I feel like my team's just so bad most of the time that I can't really even get like Spell Thief stacks on time, because I can't afford to be aggressive enough in lane, so ADCs just sit there and watch you like 75% of the time. So I just want my wards on time, and I want more money to complete my second and third items. Freaking champion. This is so dumb. Yeah, so I just, I just want my wards, so maybe I can roam around. I mean, my thought process is there's going to be 3, like typically 3 bad people on my team most games. And so I just have to find, like, what's going to increase my probability to help, like, the one good person, like, to help them carry everybody else. Like, how can the 2 of us carry? And just, like, getting vision and just getting a bit more gold to get another item in the mid game is the best way to do it, I think. I mean, I know a lot of pros go for the Spell Thieves. Oh god, that got me? He got me mid W. That's unfortunate. This Rammus pick's just killing us. Like, I mean, I'm cool with going next. We're not coming back with Rammus. I thought it was Rammus jungle. I thought maybe it was gonna be like Zen top or something, but I didn't do my research. I mean, it's supposed to be like the top 5 or 10% of players, and it still is. It's rough. I mean, how do we win this? Diana's going for like a really low damage build too. Just going Hourglass next. Maybe, like, Zen's gonna fall off though. Kaisa, I don't know. Kaisa's pretty good at some point. Why can't I jump? Okay, we got him. I really hate how if you click on a wall, it tries to run all the way around instead of running up to the wall.
Doing the right thing was boring. Oh, wait.
No. The thing is, like, there's always stuff you can learn and you can do better. It's just like if you can see it or not. Like, I definitely made some mistakes this game. I mean, like, if you play thousands of games, you're not going to learn something that's, like, completely paradigm-shattering every game, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be, like, some insane eye-opening experience every time you play, if you played for a long time, you know? Oh my... He still has his ult? How long does that buff last? I guess, what is it, every time... Is it every time he kills somebody? And it gets like another, like, 10 seconds or something? I feel like he had that ult buff for a long time.
An ally has been slain.
Don't let him get away. Just get me out of here. Next game. That's my bad. I should have dodged it. I mean, one thing I 100% learned that I should have learned a while ago. I mean, I pretty much know all of the broad concepts. You know what I mean? At least to, like, get to D4, because I've already been D4 before. It's just refining stuff and just discipline. Like, so much of it is just discipline. Like, just walking away from bad fights, just saying nope. You know, actually looking at the, like, scouting your allies early game. Oh, yeah, I should have looked that up. And then I just gotta dodge. Like, if there's stupid crap going on, you just dodge, 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 dodge. We just play on the Smurf if we have to for a game or two, but I gotta start dodging more. That's always a common theme whenever I start losing a lot of games, is I'm not dodging as much as I should be. So it's just, if you have 2 or more people, if you don't have at least 2 major win conditions, and you don't have 2 or more people on your team that know what they're doing on the champs, you gotta dodge. A lot of people take Time Warp Tonic with biscuits just so that you get the immediate spike in power, and so that you get some extra movement speed.
Let's dance.
Wait, this is the Vlad guy, the GC. But they're not switching? Pike's banned. I mean, their team's not like that strong overall. Wait, what is Paragon? I've heard of Lancer Blitzcrank, I think. I was thinking of something else. Probably Rakan. It depends on which characteristics of a fighter you mean. I mean, he has a lot of mobility. And sort of different combos you can do. If you're talking as like melee damage and stuff like that, probably Pike.
Riku,
There aren't a lot of those, like, other than like the tanks. I mean, yeah, Volibear, if you're looking for someone who just like auto attacks a lot and does damage.
Welcome to Summoner's
Depends on
Rift.
what you're defining fighter as.
Ooh, darkness is the new hotness.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, okay. I don't see that many assassins in this game.
Dance to the beat.
I mean, unless we're counting Lee.
First blood.
Who would have ever guessed Blitz is invading?
Way more fun when you give up the rules.
Darius support.
My secret dream.
I am no more than a soldier. I am more.
Well, I mean, if we're just talking high damage, yeah, I mean, high damage is the name of the game. I wouldn't really call Blitz an assassin, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely like, if you're talking like no tanks, high damage, yeah.
Universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
Not sure what I go for here. I'm just gonna hold on and see if I get hooked or if thing is hooked. Or take either W or E. I think they're gonna hit level 2 first because I got the kill experience. We missed the melee minion experience.
Dancing between the rules.
I mean, at some point, like, the names of the champs don't matter. It's just like, how do they function? And yeah, it's high damage with no tanks. So I could agree with that.
Doing the right thing is boring. I'm waiting for that now. Used to be a square.
Hey, whatever, man. Look, Joker comes out tomorrow. I'm down to go see Joker. It's always fun hanging out on the stream, you know, chatting with people, so whatever. If we go 0-10, we've already won one game tonight, so we can't go 0-10
Sucks without Zaya. But it is less complicated.
until you build Death Cap, yeah. Damn. Well, I got her heal. Really wanted to get her flash too. I was hoping I could trade both of my sums for hers, so that when we hit 6, we could almost certainly kill him.
An enemy has been slain.
I mean, I could try going for the heavy, like, AP earlier on Blitz, or on Recon. Like, Q max. I don't know. That was feeling pretty bad, though.
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad.
Well, that's really annoying.
I only believe in myself.
Lagged out literally right in the middle of that fight. I'm about 90% sure I could have lived there. Just restart the stream if you need to. God, the range on that hook really is pretty obnoxious. This guy's club name is Kate.
An ally has been slain.
Who's that? Was Lee top? I don't think we can go to Dragon. We don't have enough pressure. I mean, maybe we can here in a second. We are getting, Really? He got down here? Oh my gosh. Here, pull out, pull out.
Has been slain. An enemy has
Alright,
been
nice.
slain.
Dude, I'm so hyped about that Joker movie. I hope it's not a disappointment. I don't usually care that much about comic book films. Like, they're alright, you know, but I really like kind of drama with, like, complex villains and things like that. Like, that's my game. All about those complex villains. You gonna do one more wave? This is so freaking greedy. She's got a BS sword on us. However, Blatherin King is a really big pickup for her.
Good guys.
Now we're gonna be pinned here. We got baited so hard by her needing 100 gold. She should have just sold her. I guess she can't sell. Yeah, just sell that door and shield and get it, man. Because they're gonna get multiple stuff, and we're just gonna get bullied out like hard in that lane until we backed. She's got a BF sword to a Vamp Scepter. I guess when I come back, we might be able to fight him. They just have too much damage until I get armor.
When Zaya and I were abandoned on a desolate planet, I realized something. I don't like being alone. Oh, and spiky space squids are the worst.
Are they back? Well, I tried to queue him. Extra plate here and deny some CS.
I don't apologize.
An enemy has been slain.
What the? Oh, I did charm him. Okay. Oof. I was about to say, man, did I get thugged? I was watching some old videos of Rakan play, and it's like, man, dude, his hitbox used to be so much better on his ult.
destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed.
Oh shit, I missed the knockup. No! Damn it, if I'd hit that knockup. What?! How did it not jump that wall? I mean, they're gonna get him anyways, but like, what? How did it seriously not jump that wall? Yeah, I definitely screwed up not hitting that knockup. Like, right? I was right here.
An enemy has been slain.
Right?
Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil.
Hey, what's up, Lou? It's good to see you again, buddy. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, I should have hit that knockup.
Turret plating
I
will
did not
fall
rescue you
soon.
from a cold dead planet so that you could laugh at me. I rescued you so you could.
I think they nerfed some of the Blitzcrank stuff. Not a lot, but...
World's gonna burn.
Why would she go back in? Like, come on, man.
Slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
I maybe should have just recalled and run up there.
Self-control is the start. I choose fun.
He has his ult. I think we could have made a play on him. I don't know.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break. And a chance. Stare in the mirror. It's daily application.
Rampage.
Maybe I just need to go back to like a the tankier recon build. Like Val. Just Zeke's Val.
Has destroyed a turret.
I dance to the beat. The beat's called darkness.
Hey, thanks, Lewis. I appreciate
Good
it,
to
buddy.
be back and see the professor do his stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hopefully get some wins for you here.
Safe is for nerds. I'm in danger.
This top tier 1 is probably the next objective.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Stars are just sad, lonely light bulbs floating in space, revolving endlessly in a cycle they can't control. Anyone have chocolate? I'm craving chocolate.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break. And a chocolate.
Why does he like chocolate so much with his skin? Hi, bud.
Shut down.
The universe tends towards chaos. I'm here helping it
Okay,
up.
Blitzcranks. Coming up here. Sequence it wrong. I meant to E to him and then W onto her, but I think I just wasn't in range for the E.
It's daily animation.
Your team has destroyed.
Blitzcrank. I didn't realize it stopped your back. Activating the item. Or, tagging somebody with it. Wait a second, because I want to get, Knight's Vow here.
An enemy has been slain.
Whew! I am so far past redemption, I am in the fun zone. Operation Recon. Dancing between the rules.
Yeah, maybe I just shouldn't be getting redemption, honestly, because, like, there's so many times where people just run out of it and it's just not effective. Like, people just don't even pay attention to it at the Sealer bracket.
Dominating.
You done goofed, honey. You done goofed up now. She just done had to turn around for that hitch. Oh God, maybe we goofed. Maybe we done goofed. Where's Alex, man? I need my fellow Southern brethren. Hi, bud. Maybe just go tank items now. Are you Alex? Is your name Alexandra, but you go by Lexi? Is that what it is left? Or Zandra? I knew one Alexandra that went by Zandra. I didn't know her really that well. She was like the younger sister of my friend's younger brother's girlfriend. As convoluted as that is. Yeah, I don't know about the great mysteries of YouTube. I think I lost favor a little bit with YouTube just because, like, it seems like they care a lot more about, like, in-screen notifications and stuff like that, and I don't use those, so. Eledra. Yeah, we did try out Twitch back in the summer. It was a disaster.
Your worst decisions will haunt
Just
you.
lost a ton of viewers, basically. I mean, you see now we're at like 80. When, you know, in the past, most of the past, we've probably averaged between like 130 and 150. You know, with kind of high points, you know, being between 180 and 200. We were between 180 and 200, I think, for a couple of months in the spring. And then last year, you know, for probably like half the year, we were between those numbers. But June is just a brutal month for whatever reason. Like, just both times. around like between like maybe mid-June and mid-July, there's just like fall off a cliff in terms of viewers. I'm not sure if people just stop like if people just like don't play League during that time or what. I didn't notice as much of a drop off beforehand, but yeah, the Twitch, just so many viewers just didn't go over to Twitch. We were averaging 56 viewers on Twitch. Yeah, I think we built it back up. I mean, there's a lot more competition too. You know, everybody's kind of jumping on that self-improvement train. At least a lot of content creators are. It's like pro guides and all of these other, you know, websites popping up. So, what's up, Thomas? So, especially a lot of kind of the newer, fresh blood, check those things out instead. Yeah, we'll get back up there. I need to consistently put out more guides and just at least do some more like bare minimum video production. Like at least have an intro that I can just throw on there, like most videos, and at least have an intro I can throw on there and a like some in-screen clickable notations. Gotta revise your English papers. That's the best part, man. Alright, thanks, Thomas. Yeah, you can't stream on both at the same time if you're an affiliate or higher. Unless you're a partner and like you're huge, and you have to negotiate that with a partner contract. But it says, I think it's in clause 2 of your contract that you sign up for with affiliate, that you can't do that. Or I would have.
Let's dance.
Okay, let's double check. The comp itself looks okay. Aatrox is a little shaky. But I'm like the Hishinishin of the support role. Maybe he watched like the, you know, maybe once or twice a month stream where I'm on a loss streak and I'm like a little sassy. It's always kind of weird when it's like, you know, like new people see you and that's like the first thing they see. And then that's what they think of you. It's like, okay, I'm watching him for one game out of the 1,500 that he's played. And like, his team's inting, and it's the 8th game of his loss streak, and he's a little sassy. Oh, you don't watch Hashinishin? I don't think that's a very apt analogy at all. Hashinishin is known for being, like, excessively negative and whiny. That's kind of what his reputation is for. And for, like, being way worse than he thinks he is. And of just, like, hating League in general. He's, like, probably the most negative mainstream streamer you can think of. I'm hard-pressed to find someone. Like, not necessarily, like, in a toxic way. Like, there are people that are toxic. I'm just saying that, like, his opinion of League... and sometimes he gets emotional, but even when he's not emotional, he's just, like, 100% negative. Like, all the time. He's like a meme for negativity, basically. And you know, I'm sorry your friend feels that way. I don't perceive myself that way, and I don't think a lot of people probably do. But, you know, if you come in for, like, I don't know, and just watch 10 minutes, like I said, of a game where, you know, our score is like 3-24, and it's like the 8th game of a loss streak, and, you know, someone in the chat is trying to badger me about something. Like, there was a couple of streams like that earlier this week. I think there was one where I think it was when I was on like the 7 or 8 game loss streak. Someone like near the end of that, and our team was like 3-24, and this person was like, "Man, I can't watch this anymore. Like, Prof desperately needs coaching or something." And then, you know, I just kind of lost it. I wasn't like super screaming at him or anything, but I was like, dude, I was like 0-1, and my team had like 23 deaths or something like that. And he was like, you don't put out any vision. It was just all of this stuff that like I usually would do and that I knew, and it was very clear he just doesn't watch the stream a lot or something. I don't know. But I apologized for that later. I said, you know, I'm sorry. Like, that was a really, you know, that was poor timing, I think, on your part to try to critique me in that situation, but I also was a little excessively negative, so maybe he saw that game, I don't know. I think I'm pretty reasonable about it. If I'm too excessive, you know, I do apologize for it later on. I don't think Tower 1, I mean, Tower 1's kind of negative, but you know, Hishinishin, just watch some Hishinishin stuff. Like, I haven't watched a lot of his streams, but just like I've watched some of his like theoretical videos about League. And his thing is, he's just like, his logic is so twisted. Like, Tower 1 doesn't, you know, pretend to be some kind of, like, mastermind of, like, League balance or League macro or whatever. He's just... And I think Tower 1 just amps it up a lot for competitiveness. Like, I don't think he's really hates League that much. Sometimes he'll say that, maybe, but he really genuinely, I think, enjoys League. He just likes... You know, part of his brand is just drama and just being hype, you know? Even if that hype is negativity. Whereas Hishinishin, like, stone cold, like, no emotion, like, hates League and complains about champions constantly. That's the thing, is like, Tower 1 doesn't... Sometimes he complains about champions, but I think he's just like, hey, this dude's feeding, he's an idiot on my team. You know, that kind of stuff. Whereas Hishinishin is like, every champion is OP, and Riot's balance team sucks if he can't, like, 1v9 his Jax. Which, even when he can, he still complains that he can't. Yes, he's the top lane guy. He usually has kind of longer hair. You'd know, like, if you know who he is. Yeah, it's just, like, ridiculously negative. Like I said, I'm tolerant of a pretty decent chunk of negativity for my streamers, because I know what it's like. Like, I know what it's like to be on a huge loss streak or to get critiqued, you know, by viewers, or just kind of feeling bad because you're not the rank that you want to be. And, you know, it's affecting viewership on your channel, probably. Yeah, so that's... I mean, that's one of the highest order, like, low-key insults that your friend could give me, pretty much. Is to say that he thinks I'm the Hishinishin of supports. I mean, yeah, Hishinishin basically is the meme for negativity. I mean, like, I don't know if he's like that all the time. Maybe that's not a fair assessment or a meme, but he's certainly like that a lot. And I think he's, like, a self-described hater of League, too. Maybe he has positive moments as well. I mean, some of the stuff that he says does make sense. It's not like he's, like, really dumb or misinformed. I mean, he's a good player, you know. He's always, like, I think, high diamond or master level player and has been for many years. And some of the stuff that he says, like, really does make sense. But... no, it's all good. I mean, it's fine. It's a funny, like, backhanded kind of insult. Maybe your friend doesn't mean it that way. Maybe he saw a video where his Shinishin was, like, really insightful and actually held it together and wasn't negative, and he, you know, really liked that. So maybe I'm assuming too much here. I mean, we do have that in common, where we both try to explain and analyze League to an extent. And I do talk about sometimes certain champions being frustrating, balance-wise. It's just like the degree to which.
Doing the right
those things happen. I mean, maybe I'm out of touch with reality. Maybe I am a lot more negative than I think I am. It's possible.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna back here. I think one thing that distinguishes me is I think I'm pretty fair in, like, how I assess stuff. Like, sometimes I don't like stuff, but I'm like, okay, I see why that champion's that way. I see why the design team's going for that, you know, and that type of thing. Like, I think I'm pretty fair about stuff. Like, at least trying to represent all sides of an issue, or like, okay, I understand why this player wants to do this or whatever, but I think that was the wrong play here. You know, I think I'm decently measured.
As far as the eye can see.
Oof. If we caught him there, he was definitely gonna have to flash.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair shoot. Like I said, maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe he's not that way all the time. That's just his rep. Maybe it's not fair. Like I said, I have watched a couple of videos where he was like that, and that's the vibe that I got. But you know, once again, I haven't watched a ton of his stuff, and I don't know him personally, obviously. So maybe that's not fair. But I think that's kind of how he describes himself too. Is sort of a hater of League. I always think, I don't know, I don't think you need to be a cheerleader for a game, necessarily. I didn't have my W's, unfortunate. But at the same time, I think if you're excessively negative about a game that's basically your job, like, I feel like that's not wise. To say, like, Riot are a bunch of idiots and they can't fix their game and stuff like that. You know, I've always kind of been of the, you know, don't fight the hand of Peachy type of mentality. Oh my god, the bind off of Flux, though. If Flux didn't bind me there, I think we could have turned that around. Or if I would have dodged that. I wasn't expecting her to be behind the tower. Because that bot, like, I used my ult, but I couldn't W anywhere. Death's Dance work on Thornmail Sunfire? Probably. I'm not sure. I'd have to read the template. I think it says all damage done, right? So, it probably would. I mean, it's a cute interaction, but I don't think it's probably worth, like, changing how you itemize. Ooh.
Darkness is the new hotness.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm definitely one of the most talkative streamers out there, where I, like, actually read the chat and try to respond, even during the game, as much as I can, even, like, to a fault, where I know there are certain games that I lose because I'm not paying attention. Probably several games that I lose because I don't pay attention as much as I should. Like, I didn't notice that we had a top Rammus with Smite a couple of games ago because I was busy talking about something. Obviously, you know, I think I have, if not the most, some of the most, like, wide range of stuff that I talk about, too. Okay, that was a really good round. Are you talking about philosophy, economics, whatever? I mean, I know some people don't like that, but I think that is one kind of interesting thing on the stream, that you do kind of get to talk to someone who's, you know, a professor.
Ooh, Riku, let's destroy everything they hold dear, and then laugh in their faces.
The Shin's fine, but yeah, there are some people that I'm just like, dude, you've made, like, probably 6 figures off of this game. Like, show a little respect. Like, that, that's kind of what I think. But once again, I don't think someone should be a cheerleader, but I don't think being excessively negative also basically to your employer is poor taste at best. And potentially jeopardizing your job at worst. Although Riot is pretty tolerant, I think, of critiques. Which is pretty cool as a company. I remember my boy, Legend of Total War, for Total War, was very critical of Creative Assembly, who makes the Total War games, saying that, like, their balance was off and all this stuff, like, that they had all these problems, and they blacklisted him. You know, to where he couldn't get early access to their games, he couldn't go to their events, and all that kind of stuff. So he was basically blacklisted for talking trash excessively. Now, there are some people that have, like, a mixed review, but I can kind of understand a company's position if it's someone who's, like, a big member of the community that's constantly, like, talking too much crap. I don't know. It's tough, but, you know, you kind of want to limit all the bad press out there. Like, you're not entitled just because you make, you know, content for a game. You're not entitled to be able to, like, bash that game all the time, I think. I mean, I don't know. It's a dangerous line, because you want people to give honest, like, reasonable reviews of stuff. And I didn't watch all of his stuff, but I know he had talked about that, and he actually switched games for a little while. You know, he went over and was playing some Paradox games and boycotting Creative Assembly, and his viewership, like, fell off a cliff. He was really known for Total War. eventually he came back, decided he never did live streaming, decided to do some live streaming, and now he's freaking massive. He like doubled his viewership. I still don't know if he's back in the good graces of Creative Assembly, but he started being, you know, a lot more like measured in what he talked about. So he was still, you know, giving some honest reviews of stuff, but it just wasn't like as negative all the time, you know.
Godlike.
It wasn't biting the hand that was feeding him, and I don't know if he got early access back or not, but yeah, he's pulling in like whenever he streams Total War, it's like, I don't know, like almost 1,800 to 1,000 concurrent viewers on YouTube. It's insane. I'm like, man, I need to start streaming some Total War again, but yeah, he's got YouTube's algorithm working for him, and he's doing very well for himself.
Safest for nerds.
Are they not tolerant of critiques of TFT? I don't know. Yeah, in general, viewers don't like negativity. I mean, you know, sometimes people, like, that's their thing, you know. Like, his Shinishin's kind of known for it, but in general, you know, people just don't like negativity. They get enough of that everywhere else. Anytime, like, I'm on a loss streak, or anytime I say anything that could remotely be misconstrued as, like, critical of anything, you know, there's always more, you know, downvotes or whatever. And I think that's just how, you know, a lot of people are.
I do what I want. No starving. Say the same.
Damn it. He sees you, man. The thing sees you. I'm pretty sure, right? Wait, did he flash out? How did he get out of the stun?
An ally has been slain.
It's kind of brutal.
Has destroyed a turret.
Oh, Eve there. Okay.
Let your guard down.
No fucking way. Seriously? 1,000 damage?
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
I mean, I've got almost 100 magic resist. So she did 2,000 damage because her damage is reduced by 96%. She has a single pin item. Wait, how does that math work? She has a single pin item for what, 18?
Legendary.
18 pin. I don't know the math offhand. So it's probably still getting reduced by like at least 40%, if not more. So she did like 1,600 damage. How much AP does she have? She has 185 AP and she did 1,600 damage. Catastrophe.
Ace.
Why am I so shocked? Because she has 185.
Your turret has been destroyed.
She only has 185 AP and she did 1,600 damage. Yeah, but that's like... I mean, that's ridiculous. I understand it. Her ult hurts, but like... It wasn't even necessarily her ult that did that much damage. 1,600 damage. Off of less than 200 AP. I mean, it's not like I'm squishy little Janna this time. Like, I've got magic resist. I'm not like a mega tank or anything. I don't know. That seems like a lot. I understand assassins assassinate, but she barely had one item. She had like 1.5 items. Yeah, I understand all the amp ups. I just don't know how she gets to 1600 off of those numbers. I mean, obviously she does. Like, the game's not cheating me. See, that time she didn't kill me. I shouldn't have tried to save him. I should have just run. It just seemed inconsistent. It's like that time, I don't know. She didn't hit her E on me, I guess. I don't know. That seemed like a lot. But she still only had 200 AP, so that's why I was like... What? So like 3 Qs. Is that like 200% AP off of 3 Qs? I'm not even sure if it's that high. I know her ult like does a lot of execute damage and things like that. Like, but even if her ult did like 1,000 damage and got reduced by 40%, that's still only 600.
Living the dream.
And I don't even think it does that much early.
Of darkness.
I don't know. That is just a shocking amount of damage for virtually no items. I mean, if she has like 3 items, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get deleted. But... I thought he was gonna commit even if he didn't get the stun, and then he backed up. My bad. Getting caught up too much BS. I thought Moore was gonna ult me too.
Safety? Boring, Niku. Let's start a fight.
Wait. Who's our... Wait, oh, Vagar's bottom. Okay, I didn't see Vagar for a second down
I
there.
only believe in myself. Oh, and Saya.
An ally has been slain.
Well, that was weird. Yeah, they might be doing Baron right now. We can't go look. Just don't have any vision. We don't have anything. I'm out of wards. I guess they get Baron if they want it. Huh? They went for instead. I mean, if I had my cooldowns, maybe, like, we could have turned that around, but I didn't have my CDs.
Most good guys are just kidding themselves. The universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along. Self-control is for starlings. I am bad because I'm free and I am
Has been slain.
Echo's really strong right now. In general, as a champion, I'm seeing him all over the place. All these buffs they keep giving him. He's dead, right? Yeah, everybody's just like, ah, forget we're gone.
Has been slain. Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain. Has been slain.
I don't know why we just didn't turn and kill Eve, honestly. Like, nobody even, like, remotely moved on the Draven. Oh, what am I... I don't even know what I'm building here. I guess. Yeah, it's fine. This will just get, like, a Shirelia's or something.
Ally has been slain.
I don't know. I mean, I don't mind taking the turret, just, like, turn around.
I'm way more.
I think Echo ended up diving somebody instead of turning. We really, like, need Echo. I should have just, like, ulted and run out of there once, like, nobody started, doing anything there. Swear to God. These kids troll so hard. It's like they all like want to go on Draven and then they don't. Where'd Eve go?
It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope. It's the light inside me died a long time ago.
I don't know. Maybe I was wrong for going on that. Like, was he not out of position? And were there like not like 2 or 3 people standing right there next to me? Was I wrong for that?
World's gonna burn. Darkness is the new
I should just like as soon as he gets hooked, I should just run.
Shut down.
I mean, we didn't have Echo there. We didn't have Echo, and Aatrox is running up like he's actually gonna do something. It's like, dude, no. You don't have any damage. Like, you got Spirit Visage instead of Death's Dance, so you don't do any damage. Oh my god.
Has been slain.
Things I'm gonna do to you.
Going on, like, he's died like 3 times with his ult. Got the 14 and 7 ADC versus the 3 and 8 ADC. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go to sleep. Sorry we couldn't win more, guys. I don't know. Like, it's just mind-boggling, some of these games. But it is what it is. We'll have to get back in there tomorrow. But I got to get up and grade some papers in the morning. Busted up by the Gold Draven. It's not even damage. It's just dumb. Like, Aatrox is just running up, like, by himself. You know, 1v5 when we don't have the Echo. Echo dies, like, 3 times. Like, our most fed person with his ult still up. Just unfortunate. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow, so thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.